Hey everyone, it's Cindy and welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate having you here. So today's video is a replay of Feel Good Friday that took place on Friday the 28th of July, and in this video I'll be talking about meditation, which is my number one feel good tip. I'll be explaining why you should even bother with it and how you can get started even if you think you can't meditate. So if you want to find out all about meditation and why I think it's my number one feel good tip, not why I think it is, why it is my number one feel good tip, then just keep watching. So this is my second attempt. It's Feel Good Friday, and today we're talking about meditation and why you should even bother with meditation, as well as how you can get started if you've had trouble meditating and you feel like you can't do it, because that's exactly where I was a few years ago. So we have a lot of stress in our lives. It's part of the way that we live nowadays. It's just part of how things are, and we're always looking for ways to relax ourselves, and we'll often choose things like drinking wine, watching TV, eating food, eating chocolate or whatever, and those things, while they feel like they're relaxing us at the time, they're not really having the desired effect on our bodies or on our minds. So that's why I'm going to tell you about meditation today, because it really does have a fantastic effect on your body and your mind. So that's why today we're talking about meditation and why you should bother. In case I haven't met you yet, although I can see I have met all of you who are on here live, but in case you're watching on the replay and I haven't met you yet, my name is Cindy Davis. I'm the Feel Good Coach, and I'm not a meditation expert, but I am an expert in getting people to meditate who have tried and not been able to do it. And I do use meditation every single day, and it is my number one feel good tip. So I'll just look at the comments and I can see some appearing. So hi Tina, hi Carol. Glad to see you on here, and thanks Tina for letting me know there was no sound on the other one. I'm hoping there's sound this time, otherwise you would have told me. So we'll carry on. Fantastic to see you all here. And hi Julie, nice to see you here. I haven't seen you on one of my lives before, so it's brilliant. The aim of today is to teach anyone who feels like they can't meditate my way of getting started, so they can get all the benefits, because they are many, and it really is the kind of integral part of my feel-good routine. Oh, good. Thank you, Tina. You can hear me. Marvellous. Right. So the way I'm going to tell you about meditation today is, first of all, in the first bit, I'm going to tell you all about the benefits, and just a few of them, because there are loads and loads. I mean, if you Google it, I found an article that said 141 benefits of meditation. So there are lots if you just do a bit of Googling. I'm going to talk about a few of them. And in the second part, I'm going to tell you how to get started and give you sort of my tip on how to deal with the thoughts that come up when you sit down and start to try meditating. And if you've read my ebook, that's the stuff I'm going to be talking about. And at the end, if you haven't read my ebook, I'll make sure you've got a link in the description a bit later today so that you can grab that as well. And then in the third part, I'm going to help you sort out how you're going to meditate, if that's something you choose to do, when and where you're going to do it. So that's how we're going to deal with today. So, hi Julie. So, must try not to get distracted by comments. Okay, so let's go on to the first bit. I've done the introduction. You know who I am now, and you know what we're going to do. So let's move on to the first part, which is about the benefits of meditation. So first of all, before we get started, just let me know in the comments, guys, if you've meditated before and how you get on with it. So I'd love to know if you're already experienced meditators, or if this is a new thing to you. I think from memory, I think Tina has meditated. I'm pretty sure Carol has, but Julie, I don't know if you meditate, so just let me know. And I'm going to start listing some of the benefits that I thought were the key ones. And for me, the key one is stress. So meditating every single day, not for very long, but just for consistently every single day, has been shown to massively reduce stress levels. And when we reduce our stress levels on a real basis, not just kind of masking it with food and TV, when we properly reduce our stress, we're reducing the cortisol in our bodies. And cortisol has a really bad effect on our bodies if we've got too much. So the aim of cortisol is to prepare us for when something dangerous is happening so that we can react to it. And that's great when we're just about to be attacked by something. but most of the time the stress that we have now isn't life or death and isn't going to require us to run away or punch something. So we have all this stress, which is causing a lot of extra cortisol to be in our bodies, and cortisol has really, really far-reaching effects, including additional abdominal fat, which a lot of us can identify with, especially me. Bad sleep, increased blood pressure, an impact on your heart health, and lots of other things. So cortisol is really a bad thing when it's in our bodies for a long period of time and in large amounts. So when we're reducing the stress, that's going to make our cortisol levels go down, and we're going to be physically healthier as well as feeling better. So that's a really strong benefit of meditation, if nothing else, just for the stress release. And Carol, I can see you've done a little bit of hit and miss, so that's good. This will be very useful for you then. So a second benefit of meditation, meditating on a regular basis, is your happiness levels go up. You feel better. And that's why it's my number one feel-good tip, because it really is the mainstay of my routine, and it's the last thing to go when I'm really, really busy. And even this morning, I had to be up quite early, but I still allowed extra time so that I could get my meditation in. It's that important to me that I will get up earlier to make sure I can fit it in. That and put my makeup on, because I love doing that bit too. So meditation is so important for helping us to be happier, and everyone wants to be happier. So I think meditation is really good for that purpose. So another benefit of meditation is it can help us to sleep better, or we might sleep for longer, or it might make the quality of our sleep better, so we don't need so much. So we can find that we're less tired and we have more energy because we've had exactly the amount of sleep we need, even if it's not as long as we thought we needed, if that makes sense. So as well as making us sleep better and have better quality sleep, we're probably going to need a little bit less, and that's always a good thing. And one of the ways I use meditation is if I have had a night when I've not slept well, I'll make sure that through the day I program in little periods of meditation, just short ones. And they help to refresh me and give me that energy that I feel like I'm missing out on because I haven't slept so well. So that's a really good tip. And meditation can actually improve your immune system, give it a real boost. And so that can keep you healthier. And all of these things only work if you do it consistently. Of course, you have to do this every day, or pretty much every day, to get that result. But we'll talk in a minute about how long you need to do it for, and you'll be surprised how short a time that really is. So, and the final benefit I'm going to talk about is heart health. It can really, really improve your heart health. And if that's something that's important to you, then meditation is a quick and easy way of giving yourself a real health boost. So those are just a few benefits. Like I said, if you Google it, you'll find hundreds. And if that's not enough to convince you, then I don't know what is. So that's it. We've talked about all the benefits, part one. So now we're going to move on to the second part, which is how you can get started. So I thought it'd be helpful to share a little tiny bit of my story. I was convinced that meditation was going to be a good thing for me. I'd read all these articles about it. And you know how when you're thinking about doing something, you just keep getting smacked in the face with everything telling you about meditation. There'd be books lying around, there'd be in my Facebook feed, there'd be something on the TV. Everything was telling me that I needed to do meditation. The only problem was every time I sat down to meditate, I would just get really frustrated, because I would sort of try and clear my mind, as I thought I was supposed to do, clear your mind. And if you do get a thought, to just let it pass by as if it's on a screen or like a cloud in the sky or something. And I kept trying to do that, and it just didn't work for me, because those thoughts wouldn't go away. So I would sit there trying to make the thoughts go away and get really frustrated. And frustration's not a great place to be in when you're trying to be calm and relaxed. So I would repeatedly give up. And then I was so convinced that I needed to get meditation cracked that I just sat down one day, determined to sort it out and find a way that works for me, rather than what all the books and articles I'd read told me to do. So I sat down, and immediately the thoughts started to come. I don't know if you've had that experience, let me know. But as soon as I sat down quietly, shut my eyes, immediately lots and lots of thoughts would come. And so what I did is I thought I need something to come in and take the thoughts away. And I said, really, in reality, we don't need the thoughts to go away. But for me to be able to get into meditation, that's what I needed to happen. So I imagined a butterfly swooping in and flying off with that thought. And that was great. And then another thought would pop up. Oh, I wonder what I'm having for tea tonight. So another butterfly came in and swooped and took that thought away. And then another thought would come up. Oh, I wonder when do you need to get the tyres done on the car or something like that. And then another butterfly would come in, and I nearly said umbrella, that would be weird. Another butterfly would come in and take that thought away. And so that's what I did that first time that I thought of this idea. Like every time a thought came up, a little butterfly came and took it gently, just floated off with it and took it away. So I didn't have to think about it. And I'd set a timer for myself, which is one of my tips I will talk about. But I set a timer, and when the timer went off, I felt so relaxed. And, you know, I wasn't in some kind of Zen place or anything like that, but it was just special. It was really special because it was the first time I'd cracked it, and I was so pleased with myself. So that's a little tip for you, really. When you get started with meditating, my experience is the biggest problem is the thoughts, and also, as Carol says there, getting interrupted by kids or hubby, which I'm afraid I can't really help you with. That's a case of just finding a little space where you can do it when no one's around, or using it as part of your meditation to help you really focus when people are trying to get your attention, but they might think you're being rude. So how to get started really is to decide on a time when you're going to do it. And I find that doing it first thing in the morning sets me up for the day. That's my preferred time. And if that absolutely doesn't work for you, then find a time that does work for you. It might be when you get in from work. It might be just before you go to bed, but do be aware that you need to kind of sit up, otherwise you'll fall asleep and you won't get all the benefits. So where was I going with that? Yeah, so every single day in the morning, I wake up a little bit earlier than I would do normally, and I do my meditation. So the second tip is to set a timer. Just use your phone. And hi, Sam, I see you've just joined. I'm waving down there, but you're there. Hi, Sam. Set a timer so that you know you don't have to keep checking your watch and see what the time is. And we've all got timers on our phones now, so that's really easy. And set it with a nice, just on to vibrate so it doesn't make you jump. So how long to meditate for? Well, you could start with as little as 3 minutes, just 3 minutes a day, and just build your way up to about 20 minutes every day. And if you think about all those benefits I was talking about, the reduced stress, more happy, better sleep, better immune system, and better heart health, among many other benefits, isn't that worth 20 minutes of your time? I think it is. So do that every single day. It's the consistency that works. And oh look, Sam, you've said hello like me. It looks like me saying hello. That's really funny. I don't know how we get around that. Sam, if you don't know, is my wonderful virtual assistant who's helping me, and so she's an admin on my page, and it looks like I'm talking to myself, which I find hilarious. Anyway, back to meditation. So every single day, in part of your routine, exactly what you're saying, Tina, have it part of your routine so that you get up, do meditation first. I find that's the best way to do it, because I get up, I go to the loo, I come back, sit up in bed and set my timer, and then I meditate for usually about 20 to 30 minutes, depends how much time I've got. I like as long as I can get. And you don't have to sit any special way. You don't have to kind of, do a mantra unless you want to. You don't have to sit cross-legged with your hands like this unless you want to. It's entirely up to you. Do it how you want. I just sit upright on my bed, propped up with pillows, nice and comfy. I've got a YouTube video about my morning routine, which I'll try and remember to link down below, in case you want to see my full morning routine. So that's it. To get started, set yourself, wake up 20 minutes early or 5 minutes early, or however long you're going to allow. Set yourself a timer. Make sure you're comfortable, we've been to the loo and that sort of thing. Sit on your bed and just close your eyes and allow a butterfly, or it could be an airplane, or it could be a bird, or whatever you like. Have that thing come in, swoop in, take the thought and take it away again, and do that with each thought. And eventually what will happen is you'll get to the stage where you don't need those external things anymore, because you're just able to let the thoughts go. And that's where I'm at now. So that's how to get started. I hope you found that useful. And now we're going to move on to the third part, which is when and where are you going to do it? Because I want you to start doing it. If you're going to choose to do meditation, I want to get you started. So have a think. So first of all, let me know, are you going to be meditating regularly to get some of those benefits? And then when are you going to do it? When are you going to start? So let me know in the comments. And so Tina's going to put it into her morning routine, which is brilliant, Tina. So you need to make sure that you're getting up just a little bit earlier to allow that time for it, because otherwise you'll just end up getting on with your normal routine. And also, it's a really good tip to leave yourself a little note that just says meditate. So your alarm goes off, put it on your alarm clock or on your phone if that's what you use, and it will remind you to meditate. Otherwise, we wake up, we get on with our day, and we're going to forget to do this new thing, because it's about embedding a new habit. Okay, so hopefully you're going to start meditating. I really encourage you to do so, because I want you to be less stressed and happier and have better sleep and boost your immune system and have a really healthy heart, so that you can live long and healthy and give all that you've got to give to your clients and to all the people around you, so that you can feel good, because it's my #1 feel good tip. Brilliant. So Sam, you're going to go straight from the school run. Oh, like when the kids go back, but for now you're going to do it in the evening. Okay, brilliant. So how are you going to remind yourself to do it in the evening? You might need to put a reminder in your phone just to let yourself know that that's what you're doing. And you might need to do the same when it comes back to school time to remind you to do it when you get in. That might be what you have to do. So, because, introducing a new habit is sometimes not easy. So that's it. I'll let your comments come up, because I could just sit here and wait, but that'd be boring for people watching on the replay. So we've talked about when and where you're going to do it and getting yourself started with meditation. So now let's move on to the summary. I want to pull all of this together for you. Okay, so my aim today was to teach you and to teach anyone who will listen who feels like they can't meditate my little tip for starting, so that you can get all the benefits. And then we moved on to the part where I told you some of the benefits, like reduced stress and more happiness. And there are loads more if you want to Google them. Then I told you how to get started and my special tip for dealing with those thoughts that come up. I can't really help with interrupting family. That's kind of your problem. I'll let you deal with that. And then in the third part, I encouraged you to get started and to make sure that you make it easy for yourself. Set yourself up for success by leaving yourself reminders and getting up that little bit early. Only a tiny bit. I'm not asking you to get up hours early. Just, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, what suits you. And then just build yourself up to about 20 minutes. A bit more or a bit less is fine, but 20 minutes is the optimum for you to get those benefits, and do it every day, even on holiday. So I hope you found that useful. I hope I have fulfilled my aim. I think I have. And do please think very seriously about starting meditation and enjoy it. Enjoy your time. So thank you so much for being here with me live, Julie, Tina, Carol and Sam, who's pretending to be me, which is hilarious. And join me next week for Feel Good Friday, when I'm going to be talking a bit about M-braining, which is the thing that I alluded to, I think, last week's video, where we have more than one brain. So I'm going to tell you all about that. So stay tuned next Friday, 9:30, here on my page, and I will speak to you then. And thanks everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. So I really hope you enjoyed the video and you found it useful. I will make sure I put the link in the description so you can grab the ebook that I wrote called 5 Steps to Meditation for People Who Can't Meditate, and that'll be a really good way to get you started, or you can just use the tips I shared in this video. If you do want to join in live on Fridays at 9:30 AM, you need to be over on my Facebook page, which is the Feel Good Coach, and if you give it a like, then you will get notified when I'm going live, and then you can join in the conversation as we speak. But if you'd rather just catch it here on YouTube, that's fine too. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so that you get informed when I have uploaded a video. And I will look forward to speaking to you really soon. If you have liked this video, do please give it a thumbs up so that I know, and also so that YouTube will share it with other people. So thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you in the next video.